We are nearing the end of our 6 days in Brindisi prior to our move to Bari. We've done Lecce, we've done Taranto, and now we need to do Otranto. We come down that little alley up there from the station and we're going round here, so that seems to be the right way. I dare say when it rains that's a river, and you've got to go down that one so you can find the sea. Well, all the signs to the dome have disappeared, of course. I wonder if the sea's that way. Well, I'm told it's down this way. I walked to the end of the street and looked right. Well, I found the sea anyway. Somewhere to our right, I think it must be the old centre, as they call it. Well, Otranto certainly looks nicer than Taranto. Now we're getting anywhere nearer. That looks quite promising. I think that's probably a church there. Well, that apparently is where we are, and as far as I can make out, I'm somewhere on the left of there. Well, just near the map, we come around here. That looks like a gate. Just coming out in it from that gate towards the seafront, we have this monument to St. Patrick. It's dated 1480, as near as I can count. So now we're under the port, under the big gate. I'm just going to set off up there if anybody wonders where we've gone. Now this looks fairly promising. Well, I found the place. It's closed, of course. So notice, which may say it's open at 3 o'clock, but then I've just passed the 24-hour self-service cafe that was shut. That back there to the left, back down to the seafront, but I think if we try this one, looks promising, looks as though it leads somewhere. I don't know where. Yeah, well, that's obviously the castle coming up there. Yes, well, this was obviously built by French or Dutch or Germans or somebody when they liberated this part of the world. Got to restrict your liberties, you see, to protect you from the Turks, the Saracens or whoever. I'm sat here now in this little bit of shade just outside this cafe, having my pizza and birra piccolo, and there was the waiter waiting to come past, which was very thoughtful of him. Now we did go back to the cathedral. It was open at 3. Santa Maria Annunziata. Began in the 11th century, Norman Romanesque. It's the only one in the south to have preserved intact its medieval mosaic floor. This was started in the 12th century by a monk called Pantaleone. The central motto is the Tree of Life. It contains zodiacal signs, biblical scenes, historical or animal figures, a mix of myth and reality. Alexander the Great is here, Queen of Sheba, even King Arthur. Now, it was necessary to protect this place from the Turks, because in 1480 it was besieged by the Turks and 12,000 people died, the 800 survivors refused to a man to forsake Christianity and were beheaded. And we shall see that very shortly. There we go. Someone decided it would be a good idea to keep all the skulls and show them in the church. Now let's have a look in the crypt. They're very big on crypts, these Norman Puglia churches. And I suspect a lot of these columns were found somewhere. Otranto has nothing to do with Walpole's castle of Otranto. It was originally a Messapian settlement, then Greek, and was one of the last of the Byzantine towns to be taken by the Normans. Now just remember that man if you can. I believe it's St. Francis. He's got a little quiff right in front of his head. Look, there he is again. Just remember him. There he is again. The Normans took Otranto in 1070. It is and was a ferry terminal for Greece, and it was a crusader port. Now we're back on the mosaic again, and it's been described as a captivating picture empowered by a delightful childlike innocence. I won't try and improve on that. Right, now I've discovered that there's another church we must look at before we leave. It's up here.
Byzantine church, San Pietro.
Yes, it's the church of San Pietro. It's 9th century. Just have a little diversion while we watch this giant shiny bee with blue wings.
I hope these people don't mind everybody wandering in outside their backyards or whatever they are.
Right, yes, it's a tiny little church from the 9th century. That's in Byzantine days, that's before the Normans arrived. The frescoes look as though they may well have been touched up rather heavily in places, but it just gives you an idea of how people worshipped, and they probably used the Eastern rites here, I would think. Now there is a familiar face coming up shortly. No, I don't mean Geoffrey Chaucer. I mean this man here who we saw in the other place, St. Francis.
Right, I've got to see if I can find my way back to the station now. Right, I'm now sat on this seat under this acacia tree, whatever it is. Nice cool breeze. Shortcut to the station.
Here we are back at the station.